Hello, hello. You got it right. I'm doing fantastic. Yeah, I had to go through like different different ways to say your name. I was like, okay, I know it's not G-A because that just sounds weird. Is it G-High or G-Hey? You know what? We'll just go with. I just go
Yeah.
with whatever sounds the most correct in my mind.
Yes. So when I join, it's always, hey, thank you for the follow. G. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I don't care. It's cool.
Oh,
It's cool.
they said
It's
they can't
cool.
hear you.
You
Your
can't
chat.
hear me? I don't know why I asked. You can't hear me if they said they can't hear me. That's quite funny. Hey,
Hmm.
Blue, can you hear me? Blueberry. Oh, oh,
Okay, they can hear
cool.
you now.
Cool. Also, Blue, I don't know where you've been, and tonight this stream is not the stream to get into it because I have a guest, but I will be getting into it because you abandoned me for weeks, and I have been sad. I actually was debating if I should like reach out and check that you were alive. That's that's where we were at, Blue. That's where we were at. I was worried because you keep telling us about motorcycle accidents you've been in. I was like, oh God, you've been busy. Well, it seemed more likely that someone in my chat would have died than would have gone to touch grass and get a life, okay? Just,
Yeah, I was reading your chat too. I was like, oh.
I was just playing the odds, Blue. I was just playing the odds. I'm sorry, Faz. Blue is a regular chatter who has been absent for like a month. So I was kind of starting to do that thing. You know, like when old people stop going to the same shop they always go to and the staff like
Yes.
go around their house to check they're alive? I was starting to feel like I had to do that.
Hmm.
I was getting worried. I was like, am I responsible for Blue? I feel like I'm responsible for you, Blue. Like you're my child or something. I'm such a good mum. Because I very almost did something. Very almost. Not quite. I didn't do it, but I thought about it. Thought about it. Epic. Epic. Okay, Faz, let's stop with the diversion now and let's get into this. So, Faz, would you like to just let chat know a little bit about yourself? Just give a little intro?
So obviously, name's Fazzulous, lover of all things mecha based, military based. If it goes burr, I immediately love it.
If it goes burr.
Yep, like roguelikes that make those numbers go up and fill the numbers with fill the screen with numbers and lights. It's like yes, burr.
So,
But if it has a minigun, that's a plus.
thanks to Faz, Gundam Jihei might finally be able to happen, guys. So you owe Faz that. You owe Faz that. I was actually going to ask you about because you obviously are very mecha based. What got
Mhm.
you into wanting to go down the mecha
Catch
route?
and
Because we've
release.
established that being a mecha is not the easy way in VTubing.
It is definitely not the easy way to go. Like, we already know that male VTubers don't get a good rep, or they don't get much attention because,
Yeah,
well, I mean, we have our own demographic to go to.
yeah.
But I decided to go the mech route because I'm just like, hey, VTubers, you could be anything you want. Why not just become a robot? So I became a mech.
I love how it's as simple as that. I can be what I want. So,
It's
robot.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? I like mechs. People like to correlate things that people like with their model. Might as well just go with that. And then I got a Warframe model, which is the one that I sent you the little reference pic. And
Yes.
then my current one is a Hellgast from Killzone.
I am so
And I switched.
pleased to be doing a mecha fan art. It seems well within my skill set, chat. Hello, Armored Horns. Welcome. We're learning. We're learning. So, is there any particular pre VTubing kind of like obviously, um, like you have a variety of different kind of mech influences on your models. Is there anything in particular that you were a big fan of before you went into VTubing, or anything that kind of would have been your initial inspiration?
It was pretty much Gundam. I was getting into like the model kits and everything, and
Yes.
then I played some of the games, and it's still like part of my shtick is mech stuff. So it's like I started out off in this like mobile VTubing thing called Reality.
Mm.
Don't go there. It's a cesspool right now, or it still is. But I did that for like a year. But then I was like, you know what? Let's go to big VTubing. Let's go to the actual VTubing scene instead of like just off of my phone.
Mm.
Because well, you have to have the app to watch people. So
Yeah, it limits your audience, doesn't it, quite a lot?
yeah, unless you start sharing it on socials, then it's like, well, you still need the app to watch it. So who wants to move over to an app just to watch you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to be offering something real special for people
Right.
to take up a whole new app just to see you. That's the sort of thing you can only do if you're an existing kind of IP, isn't it? It's
Mm-hmm.
not beginner friendly. How other than I'm scared to ask this now. Other than obviously the limited audience, how was your experience on Reality?
It was actually pretty decent, but then drama started to add up.
Ah,
First, it was like like every like twice a month. Like I could just watch it, hear about it, ask someone what went on. That's it. Then I started becoming involved. I was like,
oof.
grad big VTubing is no better, but at least with big VTubing, I can at least still watch my own back.
Yeah, you can kind of stay clear of the. You can choose to not be so associated with things that are
Mm-hmm.
visibly going south,
Yeah, yeah.
as it were. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is going to be interesting. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's going great. Everything is perfect. Did you just say nice drama, Blue? No, we've talked about this, Blue.
It was. Is that like a little quote?
My chat just seemed to love trying to instigate trouble. They are little troublemakers.
I just like to sit back and watch drama, just like I have like a wine glass sipping on Chardonnay while I'm just like, uh, uh, you're both in trouble,
There is
kind
no
of thing.
drama, Alter. What is wrong with you all? Look what, Faz, you mentioned the word drama, and my whole chat are getting in on it now. They're like, what's going on? What's going
What
on?
is the drama?
There's some drama.
I,
What's the tea? I like to think of
I,
myself as drama free, but that's mostly because I just yeet people from my existence with extreme prejudice. You have annoyed me.
delete the chats, delete the voice messages. You out of here.
Pretty much. So you aren't just a mecha yourself though, right? You make most of your content is kind of got a mech theme to it, correct?
Mech and military,
Mech
because
and
hey, so I gotta find the minigun in a game, and I gotta use it.
If I were to suggest that you don't have to, what would your response to that be?
I'm gonna find something else that goes burr.
I kind of figured that would be.
Just hearing an LMG in the distance. My
Is the tea boiling and sick of my English breakfast? You cannot have dramatic chamomile tea. That just feels wrong.
We need that chai tea. We need that tea tea.
Oh, imagine. I have to ask, have you played Lethal Company at all?
I've probably only played like maybe 3 games.
Do you find yourself gravitating towards the turrets that literally go brr?
I don't because well they shoot at me.
Yeah, I just wondered where your limit was. Being shot at. Okay, it's good to know. It's good to know where someone's boundaries are, and being shot at is your boundary.
Being shot is the boundary unless they give me like a shield and it's just like, yay, you all can't hurt me.
There's a great clip of me and one of my friends in Lethal Company, and we're opening up a door, and it's a door to a closet. We don't know that at the time. We open up the door, and inside the closet is a turret, and we open up the door, it starts firing, and we close it, and we run away. We're like, nope, 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 not in the, not in the turret closet, not in the turret closet.
Ah, so you guys went out the closet, okay?
Yeah, we did. We came out of the closet then. Yes.
What was in the closet? Freedom. Give him a buckler, then you can shoot him. Now we need those tower shields.
How long have you been in VTubing?
Let's see, it's 2025.
I want you now to respond with like 6 weeks.
Let's see, it's 2025, and judging by the angle of the moon and the sun, by about like 3-4 years.
3-4 years. Oh, okay. So hang on. Okay, so now I have to do the math in my head. So what year are we now? 2025. So that takes you back to like 2020. So did you start towards the end of kind of the? Okay, I say towards the end of COVID, and people not in the country and then get mad at me and tell me COVID's not, which I agree with, but. You guys know what I mean when I say during COVID, right? I mean during like the global lockdown.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So did you start during that time or just after?
I think it was just after
Just
because
after,
I didn't really see the appeal because there wasn't many, robot artists at the time.
Yeah, as I say, because a lot of people, I do know a lot of people started during the, I'm trapped in my living room. What can I do in my living room phase of existence? But you started after. It's interesting.
But not only that too, I didn't have a PC at the time.
What? You went through the pandemic without a PC?
I had a PS4.
I'm glad you didn't even try and argue with me that you don't need one. You just told me why. You were like, oh no, it's fine. I had an alternative. He was like, I don't disagree with your logic, but don't worry.
I don't disagree with your logic. Don't worry. There are alternatives.
Other products do exist.
That's just drank and worked.
So you mostly do gameplay, right? For your streams?
Yes.
Your streams?
Yes, mostly gameplay. Because if I sit idly by, I get like that itchy trigger finger. I'm like, I need to blow something up. I need to blow something up.
Ah, yes. A healthy attitude towards life. Yeah, blowing things up.
It's either that or I go to sleep.
Well, what's been your favorite on-stream game so far? There must be a lot.
Let's see.
4 years going.
Well, so roguelikes are one of the mainstays of the channel.
Oh.
So like Risk of Rain,
Yeah.
Myriad Death, which is like a Hololive inspired little roguelike. Or what's another roguelike? I'm looking through my list right now. I gotta bring up the list. I play too much.
Understandable.
But yeah, roguelikes are part of the channel. Sometimes I'll just cycle through a bunch of them, but then I'll play like boomer shooters, like Doom, or yes, Doom, or some games that are like inspired off of that style.
Mm.
But then, of course, we got the mech games that I'll sometimes keep on going back to. It range from like Earth Defense Force. There's mechs in there. Yeah, Dead Cells, Ring of Pain, or I don't have Ring of Pain yet. But then we have the military games, War Thunder, or Arma. Sometimes I'll play them, sometimes I won't. Be frustrating. EDF mentioned.
How often do you play non-military, non-mech games? Is it regular? Is it a rare occurrence?
It's kind of a rare occurrence.
Oh, cool.
Like if I'm in a collab, like say playing like Repo or Lethal Company, those are like the times people will catch me playing non-military, non-mech games.
Okay, so for a solo stream, it's pretty much not happening.
Yeah,
but you are open to collabs that perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sugar plum.
Just depends if the game also interests me too.
EDF mentioned. Oh Lord, chat, Lord. It's too funny.
But then we also got the real-time strategy games.
Oh, you play a lot of RTS?
Yes.
Oh, I love a bit of RTS.
Yeah,
a lot of my teenage years were
that's
wasted on RTS games.
yeah. I used to play, was it Red Alert Command and Conquer a whole lot,
Yes, yeah. Oh.
especially playing on like the PlayStation 2, so you didn't have like you couldn't micro units
Yep.
as well. You're just like, I'll just set them in there. I hope that works.
Whenever people talk now about the limitations of console ports of games that are clearly more designed to be played on a PC, right? Every time I think, you don't know anything, kids. You don't know anything. Oh, you've got some bad key mapping. Oh, let me take you back to the days where you couldn't actually complete some games because they'd forgotten that something they took out was like essential to the actual ability to complete a game.
Oh god, it's like, yeah, like Red Alert was one of them, and it's like, oh yeah, play this game with directional inputs.
You'd be like, okay.
And
you'd be like, why can't I get past this? Why can't I get past this? And then you'd eventually find out, because you wouldn't look it up on the internet, guys, because that wasn't really a thing then. You would just eventually find out, probably from a friend who got some kind of PC gaming magazine or something, that you just were missing a whole feature of the game.
You were playing on hard mode the entire time.
You basically had an enhanced demo. You just hadn't been told.
Or it was like when I tried to play, what was it, Mech War? Like, the first instances of Mech Warrior on a laptop. And then I realized, oh wait, you actually need the rest of the keyboard to play it.
Oh, that's so funny. I mean, I know Astra in my chat already has an issue with games that, because he doesn't have a number pad, right? He has a keyboard without a number pad. And a lot of games now will just assume that you can keybind, and they'll keybind to the number pad, and you have to re-keybind all the keys. But you can't re-keybind on a console. You'll just get what you're given usually. Or back then. I know now it's much more common to be able to change your keys. But back then you were just like, here's the gameplay. And you will like it.
Some of us didn't know we could actually change the controls either.
Yeah. It was a simpler time, and sometimes a more depressing time.
It was like when I found out there was like extra buttons and like Serious Sam. It's like, oh, that's how you do this.
It didn't help as well that it's a lot less common now for there to be a game where you can like make it impossible to finish. But that was really common when I was growing up, that games that have any kind of like option choice like element, you could make choices that meant you couldn't actually complete the game. And it wouldn't tell you. You would just not be able to do it because you'd made a choice earlier on that left you without it. Or there would be games that where you would fail a level and it would let you continue the game, but what they don't tell you is you wouldn't actually be able to, you wouldn't have gotten the reward from that level, so now you were unable to complete the game. And they didn't tell you. It was part of the difficulty of the game.
Yeah, it was like, what was it, apparently? Like the first Dark Souls, it's like, oh yeah, if you kill this guy, you can't progress.
Armored Horns,
this quest.
I played a lot of the old LucasArts adventure games and things like that.
Yeah.
You inherently, by options, you inherently have choices about things to try and do. And in the later games, they took away the fact you could do that to make sure you couldn't fail the game. But in early games, you could do something that essentially bricked your ability to progress. And I would play games and I'd be like, I'm finding this really hard. Is it because I'm stupid? Or is it because I can't actually do this part?
Oh, yeah, wow. Like I remember for like some of the like early like SOCOM US Navy SEALs games, you could actually make some missions harder by unintentionally. But the game wouldn't tell you.
It would not tell you.
It's like, why are there so many more enemies? Oh yeah, because you did this. I thought I was supposed to.
Whole characters in games. I spent so long trying to get Vincent in Final Fantasy VII. Because I didn't even know he existed. Because I missed him in his little room when I first played it through. We didn't have like internet walkthroughs. I wasn't calling a premium rate number to get a walkthrough on a game. My mum would have murdered me. She would have killed me in my sleep. Crazy time.
Right, it was like how people didn't know for like Final Fantasy VII, like the Japanese version had you could have Sephiroth or you could unlock him,
That's crazy.
but you had to go through like a quest line to repair the sword and then find a clone of Sephiroth. And then there you go. This is the first one, not the remake.
Yeah,
Which
yeah. See.
I don't think the remake's going to have that feature, or I don't think it does. Either way, it was like interesting, but the American version doesn't. How dare they?
They take away the things from us. They take them away. Okay, chat. This is definitely looking exactly as I intended, and I will have no other input at all. That looks like a part of a male anatomy that I will not be drawing on stream. So let's erase that.
Shall not be mentioned. These parts are unavailable in your area.
That would be a not great clip. In terms of collabs, as a mech streamer and with someone who obviously heavily into mech games, do you find it impacts your ability to get collabs at all? Does it make it harder?
I don't think so.
You don't know? Okay. Well, that was quick.
I mean,
are there any other barriers you do find to getting collabs?
I think it's just game choices.
Just game choices. Are you picky about games?
I'm not really picky about games. It's just also the time zone portions. While I'm open to like find other people who also play games with me, that's the other thing too. But it's also finding people who aren't just, you know, like one-time players of a game, like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, can
definitely. Like, because I can understand you, like farming in that game, it takes, you know, a long while for some people. Some people won't sink in like 100 hours within like the first couple of weeks.
Yep, that's fair. I don't think I have 100 hours spare in the first couple of weeks, so that's valid.
Yeah.
You want me, Blue, do you actually want me to ask Faz that? Because I do take questions from chat, but I can't tell if you're just asking everyone else in chat or... Okay. Blue, the wonderful Blue, would like to know, do you like bread?
Garlic bread. We on that grilled cheese.
What is your favorite type of bread? It's going to be Blue's follow-up question.
I know it's called cottage bread.
Okay. Blue likes bread. Blue likes bread so much that the throw redeem on my stream is bread. I have drawn sexy bread for Blue. Thank you for illustrating, Blue. Thank you. So
why do I feel like he's probably listened to that grilled cheese? Oh god. Oh god.
You guys could be asking interesting and thought-provoking questions to the VTubers I get on here, but instead you just want to know if they eat bread. Like bread. Do they like bread? What are you going to do if I get someone gluten intolerant on here?
I mean, there's gluten-free bread.
Don't give Blue our reasons to argue with people. Oh my god.
Do they like the flatbread from Subway? Would be their follow-up question.
Then we got a problem.
Do you eat or drink the soup?
Do you eat or drink soup, Faz?
I mean, first you eat the bits inside first, then you drink the soup next.
Oh, that is a fence-sitting answer. Fence sitter right there. That's a fence sitter. Although I'm proud of you.
I'm just on the rim of the bowl, just like, yep. You gotta eat the inside first.
Like a politician. Spoken like a politician.
The source says I made it the fuck up.
Also spoken like a politician. Sorry, guys. Couldn't resist.
Nanomachines. They activate in response to thoughtful questions.
Okay, you guys might notice I'm struggling a bit more than normal, and that is because I'm trying to retain the chibi nature, the original spirit, and it's a mecha in the art. This is. I'm so sorry, Faz. I apologize in advance.
It's okay.
Please do not take it as an insult. It's not an insult, I promise.
It's okay. It's okay. I appreciate anyone attempting to draw whatever. I should have given you the mask up.
No,
I was like,
you're fine, because after this, I'm putting mecha artist on my profile. Technically, I guess this is more armor than full mech, but sure, I'm going with it. I'm going with it.
we can put in the portfolio now.
Exactly. I'm now multifaceted. Yeah, look at that. So dark. It's fine. That's cool. I'm just trying to make you more visually interesting. To be fair, I don't make anyone visually interesting because the first thing I do is work out what I can get away without drawing on anyone's model. What of this can I remove? And in my defense, I have a very simple model, so I make artist work very easy. Very easy. Okay. Other than gaming, which obviously as a streamer who streams games is obviously an interest of yours, do you have any other kind of hobbies or interests that might be of interest to chat? Anything cool?
So, for what I can mention here, I do make hard candy in my own time.
I'm sorry, you what?
I make hard candy. You know, like.
So that wasn't quite the direction I was expecting this to go in. I was thinking watching movies, making Gunpla, maybe some tabletop gaming. That's where I was expecting to go. Are you like
tabletop gaming?
I make candy.
You like motorcycles, jazz? Who's jazz?
He doesn't call anyone by their correct names. Blue, I feel like I need like a pinned message that explains you to people. Maybe I need to put Blue in my about information on my Twitch.
But yeah, that's one of the hobbies is that I make hard candy. I'm trying to like make my own little thing. How
did you get into making hard candy?
It's honestly like a flashback whenever I mention it to people.
It's just a little. It just. You know, when someone's into mech stuff and military games, you kind of do have a stereotype in your head of what the next interests they say are going to be. And it's not making candy.
And it was like the character development of Gaara, you know, Naruto. Like, first he's like out to kill everybody, and then he goes, I'm gonna make a garden. Or grow a garden.
But how did you get into it? Like, how did it come about? Was it something you did like as a kid and just kept doing as an adult? Is it like, what's the...
So there was a candy bowl at work, and I was filling it every now and then, but I was like, you know what? Maybe it's cheaper if I make my own. So I just made my own.
Is it cheaper to make your own?
Oh yeah, it is. But it doesn't last as long. Like, I'm still trying to figure out how to make it, like, you know, keep its shape and everything.
Yeah.
For, like, at least longer than 2 weeks.
That's crazy, though. Like, okay, so I don't really know much about making hard... Okay, so I bake and cook and stuff, but I've obviously never made hard candy. What's the process like? I'm assuming there's a melting of a sugar, making a sugar syrup at some point.
Yeah, you just do
and then you just set it?
Yeah, like, you melt the candy, you make sure all the sugar is dissolved, make sure it gets up to a certain temperature, because you don't want it to caramel. Take it off heat, then you add your, flavor extracts, stir it up a little bit. But not too much, because I made that mistake by stirring it up too much, and then it bubbled up. Then you pour it, and there you go. You gotta pour it onto a pan, or you could pour it into a mold. And you just gotta wait.
Wow. Do you make it often? I feel like I'm fascinated with this now.
I mean, it takes me like maybe 30 minutes to do.
Well, that's pretty swift.
I even have like a little like packaging for them too, so like I could hand it to coworkers.
This is like shocking. I don't know. I mean, obviously, you said that there was like a candy bowl at work. Do you particularly enjoy hard candy?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it gives me something sweet to eat. But I make enough for coworkers and family.
So to make caramels of any kind, to do that with sugar, Astro, you have to hit very precise temperatures. I can teach you. I can also teach you how to make fudge,
Yeah.
Astro. I've just never made hard candy before.
What's interesting is that like my first time making it was like a creme brulee kind of flavor.
Okay.
But like it wasn't caramelized yet, but it was like kind of reaching that state.
Yeah,
So it's like,
a little bit close.
and it broke easy, but it didn't like break too easy. So like literally just you know trying to make this sound as safe for work as possible.
Oh my goodness.
Like when you chewed down on it, it wasn't going to like you're not going to struggle with it.
So I
Can
feel
you
like I
bake
want to get
bluegrass?
off of the hard candy topic now, because
Yeah.
I honestly, this has gone in a shocking direction that is unanticipated. Do you have any other surprising hobbies?
Not surprising as the model kits.
The model kits, yeah. Okay, so have you been making I'm assuming it's mostly Gunpla, right?
Yeah, Gunpla. I might try to order some like tanks at some point.
That's cool.
But funny enough, like with my long hours at work, I make them at work.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Great, I could do it at like a live stream at home, but I was like, but I need to blow something up.
Wow. How
But
long have you been making Gunplas for?
probably like 5 years. So I was kind of almost. It was almost before the COVID era,
Mm.
and then the COVID era hit. But I was still making Gunpla because it's like, what else am I gonna do?
I mean, just before COVID hit was probably a good time to pick it up as a hobby.
Yeah, it definitely was.
It's a bit of a time and money sink, it does have to be said.
But as any person who is also interested in the military stuff and all that, I do shoot guns as well and
Oh.
collect here and there
Oh.
if the funds allow it. If I don't keep getting commissions.
Wow. Okay. Did you grow up shooting, or was it something you got interested in
Yeah.
as an adult? Oh, you did. You grew up. Okay.
American as I can ever be.
That's so funny. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no. No, it's fine. This is actually totally exactly how I wanted it to look. Shh. It's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's Fazzulous.
It is indeed fast. Where did the name come from?
So it actually came from from Gundam actually. So there's this unit called the Faz. And I just basically took that and I was like, okay, how can I make this name more unique?
More fabulous, you might say.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Let's just put a little spin on it, and then we'll go along with it. Because hey, at least it's more original than all the Japanese names that I see around on the Vita mixing.
Mine's my actual name, and it's not Japanese. I want to say that very quickly.
No. I'm talking about all the Yukis, all the Yamashiros. You know what I mean.
I want to be clear, guys. It's Korean, and I am actually Jihei. So.
Yeah. For yours, it's just Jihei.
It's literally my name. I'm just Jihei.
Yeah, it's just Jihei. But then it's like all the others. It's like, huh? You can't think of anything else.
Why do you doubt, Blue? Why do you doubt? Okay, I will be clear. It's not my legal name. It's the name I use here. If that's why you're doubting, Blue. If you're doubting that someone with my accent is a GA.
You're a liar.
Just like most of my students' legal names are not the names that we use for them either. Blue. Gee, real name is Alfred. What the?
Alfred for real.
God damn it! God damn it! Wow. So we've
I
got.
also maybe I always made me wonder for people named Alfred, because like Alfred is like a common like rich butler name.
Do you know many
Oh
rich butlers?
no! Here's the thing. I wonder how them growing up was going to be. It's like, oh, so what do you want to be when you grow? Oh wait! Don't tell me you're going to be a butler. Fate has given you this name.
Nominative determination. You give someone a name and it shapes who they are. I want my child to be a butler, thus I shall name them Alfred.
Your name is Bartholomew. Will I be rich? Probably with that name.
Okay, this is the most committed to trying to mimic the details I've ever been on a chibi.
Funny enough, for that artist, he actually mimics the Metal Gear art style pretty well.
Oh yeah, this is amazing art. So obviously, though, you've mentioned there's more than one version of you.
Yes, there is multiple versions of the Faz,
which we obviously support on this channel. Would you mind just running through what the main versions of you are?
So, excuse me, headache. That's something creeping up. Anyways, so the main versions we have is obviously, since I based myself off a mech, we have a mech form. We got two of them actually. So one of them was like my starting design. It's starting to get some updates as we go. So like until I can afford, like a new VTuber look, that's what's going to be on, thanks to Kima. Then we have the USS Fazgo, which is a basically ship mixed with a mech.
Sorry, a ship mixed with a mech.
Yep, it's supposed to be like a false ship. So it's like, just stays in the water. It's like, oh, there's a ship in the background. Nope, that's its shield.
Oh, that's kind
Pretty
of cool.
interesting.
That's kind of cool.
Then we got, well, the form that everyone sees right now that you're drawing is, I call it Warfaz, which is based on Warframes. Which Warframe is one of my mainstay games as well. And then the current PFP is the Hellgast Faz, or I guess I could say Hellfaz.
Hellfaz. That's really cool, though, that you've gone for the different forms. Did you always intend to go for the different forms, or did it just happen over time that you kind of went that way?
I didn't intend it at first, but then I was like, what if I just referenced different bits of media for games and shows? For my models. Like, just inspiration.
Is it challenging? I know I'm going to know the answer to this already, but is it challenging to find artists to do that kind of work?
At least for the model work, yes. Because we have the people that excel in making female or male bodies.
Yeah.
But some of them aren't really good at rigging mechanized bodies.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing, isn't it? If you want model art, that already reduces the number of artists doing it. And then if you want to be very specific and do something less common, that's going to reduce it again, isn't it?
Yeah, which I'm willing to go the routes too, just because, hey, it's something different. I can mix things together. And yeah, but since people do struggle with drawing mechs or over details, some people actually won't draw some of my looks because some of them don't feel comfortable drawing certain things, or they just can't.
I feel like for a paid commission, horrible though it sounds, I'd rather someone was honest with me and said, I can't draw that, than they took my money and then produce something awful, and we're like, well, this is my drawing.
Yeah, like some people were upfront with me for that.
Have you
I
ever?
was like,
You don't have to talk about it if there's some controversy there, but have you ever experienced where someone hasn't wanted to tell you and you've ended up with like an awkward situation where the art just isn't what it should be?
I haven't. I
Oh,
haven't
that's good. That's
just
good.
yet.
Hopefully
I
you
kind
don't.
of I kind of like hover around like certain artists to see like, okay, what can they do?
I'm
But
gonna guess
how I
that niche
circum
artists are probably pretty honest about what they can do as well.
Mhm. And how I kind of circumvented it too
Mm.
was I have a female mascot,
Ah.
which is like the quote unquote pilot. So it's like, hey, something that I can go and find people to draw, something that's cute or other side of things, but on the more brutal military side, because hey, we all love putting anime girls in traumatic situations.
Gosh. Um, as an anime girl, please, no one believe.
No, don't put the
Me
GA in
in
it.
a traumatic situation.
Get in the mech, GA. Get in the mech.
Your girl's had enough traumatic situations. She's good. She's done her shift. Someone else's turn now.
I am not God's strongest soldier. Someone go up and tell him, not me. Not me. Not this.
Not me anymore. I'm good. I'm good. Someone else's shift. Thank you.
Denied more lore by trauma. You need more character development.
I've got enough lore without the trauma, thanks. Oh gosh, that's so funny.
But
Do
then,
you ever regret being a mech? Do you ever wish you had a simpler kind of I can just go to the generic artist design, or does it not even
no.
kind of cross your mind? No, not even
No,
cross your mind.
no regrets.
No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, because why try to fit in with everyone else that has what they got?
Mm.
And just be different.
Oh, that's a really good attitude. That's a really good attitude.
Well, like not to say there's like anything wrong with like all the generic looks that people have. Like you have your fox girls, cat girls,
Yeah.
tigers, and demons, and all that. Nothing wrong with that. It's your design. I'm still gonna slightly judge. But it's like if you're gonna express your interest, might as well have something to express it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you should make your model
Because
whatever you want it to be. Whether 100 other people already have it in a similar idea or not. I mean, don't copy someone's idea, but like, doesn't matter if there's 100 other cat girls. If there's a reason you want to be a cat girl, go for it. If there's a reason you want to be a mecha, go for it. Like, the whole point of VTubing is you can be, like you said, whatever you want to be, right? So, what do you want to
yeah,
be?
you can be whatever you want within reason.
I chose to be me. I can't tell if that's narcissism or healthy.
If you want narcissism, just go to VR chat. all the mirror sitters. I I go into a game just to look at myself, even though it's not me.
My goodness.
Uh,
Oh, I
but
have to say I haven't actually ever played VR chat. So, oh no, I did
no.
once. I did once, but it was for a specific thing for a streamer's event. So I don't think it's quite the same experience. Okay. Yeah, big
But
chibi head needs some extra detail, or it's gonna look weird. So.
but the thing is, like with having multiple models that I have on my end, is that I will, depending on the game, I'll actually interchange them.
Ah.
So
So
if
do
I have
you
like my
pick based on the game you're playing?
yeah, based on the genre or whatever I feel comfortable with.
Ah, that's pretty cool.
So if I'm playing like Warframe, I'm gonna pull out the Warframe model. If I'm playing, we'll just pull out Call of Duty. I'll pull out the Hellfast model.
Yeah. That's actually a pretty cool idea.
And then sometimes people get surprised whenever it's just like, wait, I didn't see this model before. It's like, oh yeah, you didn't, you weren't here for these kind of streams,
You went there back then. Okay.
or you weren't here for these days.
Okay, let's...
wait, Professor, don't say it. No.
Is your content mostly the streams, or do you make any other kind of content as well? I know some people make like video content or offline content.
I'm attempting to.
Ah, yes, the story of a VTuber's life.
Yeah, just because I have the RL job, and sometimes I'm like, do I want to spend 8 hours just working on a video?
Yeah, that is.
Although I do make some short form meme kind of videos where I just feel spiteful.
What do you mean? Dare I ask, what do you mean by where I just feel spiteful?
So sometimes I'll take like an event that's happening in VTubing, like say like a whole big outcry. But like say for instance a VTuber gets banned for how their model looked.
Mm.
I'll make like a meme video saying like, what? Well, if it isn't the consequences of my actions, and then boom.
Ah, okay.
Or something like that. So something maybe with like whatever audio file I could find and a situation. I actually took a video from like gameplay that I had. So it was me dying. And I put that over it.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
So if people didn't see my streams or know where it came from, it's kind of ironic that it was my footage being used for it.
Oh gosh.
Volunteer artificial tribute.
Honestly, my chat are just usually trying to threaten each other, which I'm here for. That's good. That's good. If you were told tomorrow you can't be a mech or an army military kind of figure anymore, you do have to go standard V. I don't know, some weird genie with a threatening weapon has come to tell you have no choice. What would you be? What would you be?
If I had no choice.
You've got no choice. We're making you. I don't know why. Mechs are illegal, but you also aren't allowed to quit VTubing for some reason. It's strange. Whatever this dictatorship that's taken over, but them's the rules. What would you be? What would your forced other option be?
I'll be a Roomba.
Okay, I want to be mad at you for that sneak attack. But that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll just be a Roomba. Just put me on the below on the screen, just going side to side. But slowly, so like as soon as I hit the edge of the screen, I just gotta go up.
That's really funny.
Now, if I couldn't be a Roomba, you know those screensavers?
Yes.
That bounce around the screen.
Yes.
Just put me as that. Just put me as that.
Your commitment to not being a typical VTuber style model is admirable. You are going through every possible vaguely, like, electronics connected possibility before.
Oh, if we're gonna go non-electronics, the Newton's Cradle, you know, the little ball office thing.
I swear,
you know, like...
if next week I see a Newton's Cradle VTuber, I would follow them. I would follow them in a heartbeat. They could make the most awful content, most controversial, most off-putting, most just like, I don't want to be here content. And I would follow just because they were a Newton's Cradle. 100%.
You know, now I kind of want to see if someone would actually make that for me. Fazz's Cradle.
In Aurora's technology, I better be a toaster. Highest kill count of the machine. Jesus Christ, Auntie.
Actually, that would be kind of funny. Being a toaster, but like having an image generator. Not like AI image generator, but like, you know, you could put like photos on the toast and pop them up.
Honestly, being a murderous toaster would be a pretty funny VTuber. Like being a toaster that brags about your kill count and then has, like the Yandere holding the knife type face.
Why hasn't there been a yandere toaster? Now that I think about it,
it's just such a logical progression. I don't understand why we've not got there yet.
Okay, would it be a? No, can't go down that route. No, I can't. Not on the stream. I'll mention on my stream some other time.
That's crazy. That's a great idea, though, Artie. I'm gonna actually give you the credit that was actually a pretty funny idea, Artificial. You can have that one.
Yeah.
Just this once. Just this once. You get one freebie. Okay, right. Hang on. I think we're getting there with the art, so I can concentrate on the questions a bit. Okay. Right, he shoots out a knife instead of toast. See, that would be cool if a toaster just randomly spat on knives. I think that would be badass, but whatever. Okay, fine.
You're on thin ice, toaster, and I'm in the bathtub.
Oh my goodness. Jihei gets cancelled, version 263. Whoops. So, in terms of streaming or VTubing, however you want to frame what you do, what do you think the kind of biggest challenges you faced have been?
Probably. It's a good one. It's a good question.
I know, thank you.
This is probably gonna sound like other people's answer, but it's probably getting the numbers.
That is the struggle.
It is an all true statement to get that. Like streaming is understandable. You have to have that consistency. You have to have the schedules, and you also have to rely on people too to view it live.
Yeah.
Like YouTube is like a whole other can of worms because you got to work with, the tags, the upload times, etc., etc. I mean, you could still schedule the upload times, but still.
As an inconvenient time zone streamer for an English speaker, whose the country I'm departing got itself yeeted off of Twitch, the struggle to get numbers is real.
So, yeah, that's the other thing too, is working around what you can talk about within the country.
No, we literally, Korea doesn't exist on Twitch now. Which, that's a rough patch. But yeah, it's getting the numbers. It's not just getting them though, isn't it? It's keeping the numbers. That's the worst part.
Yeah, because I remember, because I've been in VTubing and the Twitter scene, unfortunately, for a good while. I know there's Blue Sky, but it's no better. I mean, it's social media. People are trying to do something, but I've seen successful debuts of maybe 200 to 500 people show up. Maybe I think the most I've seen was 2,000. But then the person just fell off.
Yep.
That is one thing I don't like. I understand people want to do a debut to show off who they are, what they got. But for me, I was just as soon as I got my model, I just dove head first and just went into it.
Same. I just went for it.
I didn't plan my debut for when my model released out because hey, artists take a while, and you never know what could happen in their lives.
Yeah.
So I was just as soon as I get this model, plan a little something, and that's it.
I think that's good advice. I see a lot of new VTubers who seem to think they have to have firstly spent a lot of effort, prepping, like you said, these very big elaborate debuts, and also and then promoting those big elaborate debuts, getting eyes on them before they're even streaming so that they can get people to come. And then they also, I've noticed, have started shelling out increasingly large sums of money for their debut model so that they can debut. I think in their heads it's like debuting for a corporate, right? So they're going to have this big full identity and this fancy model, but they don't have, some of them have never streamed in any way at all before, or not remotely in the way VTubing is.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know if they're going to enjoy being the character they've picked out, because a lot of them are also to some extent playing a character, because that's part of that kind of VTubing. And I just think that's a lot, especially as so many of them are so young. That's a lot of money for something you might do for a week. And we see them all the time,
Yeah.
people trying to sell off the high-end models because
like going off of the notable, like straying away from the notable, model seller. That was around a bit ago and came back. Anyways, it's like I almost wanted to create like a VTuber, we call it collector car feed, which is a YouTube channel where they go through Facebook Marketplace and just judge vehicles.
Yeah.
I wanted to set up a VTuber version of that and just be like, okay, who was the owner? What was their history? Were they in any Google documents? Because that might drive the value down.
It's very awkward if you buy a model and then find out it was involved in a scandal, and all people see when they see it is they recognize it as that person. Oh, it's very awkward. Artificial, I do just want to let you know that the channel points buy the viewer attack. To use it, you have to click on the little heart icon on my screen, and it lets you then select your attacks, and then you can press on me and you can throw it at me or somewhere else on the screen.
No, please have mercy.
It's just another option for people for interactions with me, Artie. That's all. Just trying to give you all choices, especially channel point choices, because you want more channel point choices. Spend your money, guys. I'm just kidding, but also not kidding. Spend your money. Thank you.
But yeah, like that's the thing, is just keeping the attention on you and developing fans for you. At least a good bit of people that can always show up. Yeah,
people who are coming for you, not just randomly scrolling through. It's important. It is very important. I agree. Oh, okay.
And I will say, like, some people have fallen off, the ones who are still going on, which, hey, props to them that they're still going and still working. But then you got the ones that just, like, I remember, I think it was, like, 2022 into 2023. There was, like, a lot of debuts just back to back to back. And a lot of people just fell off because people are going to the next person who debuted.
Yeah.
Or the person just didn't produce good content, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like, fantastic model. Not fantastic content.
There's the same thing I think with partner pushes a lot. You see a lot of people who pushed for partner, but that's not their legitimate viewing count. That's not people who are actually, there's people who showed up who maybe would enjoy that person, but they showed up with no intention of even finding out. They showed up just to lurk and fulfill the partner push, which is kind, but then they were never ever going to be around afterwards because they weren't even watching the person. They weren't interested. They were just being kind. But then that person has really low numbers after they hit partner, and then that looks like a red flag to people. Because the other reason you might get really low numbers after reaching partner is you've been Google Doc'd for something horrific. So people are like, ooh, that seems a bit of a red flag. And you end up actually with this self-fulfilling cycle. And I see it quite a lot. And it's, I think, a little bit sad, because I just think if you were getting that close to partner, if you'd just been patient for a few more months, you probably would have got there anyway. You didn't need to shoot yourself in the foot doing it.
Yeah, granted, I'm not like the largest streamer after all these years.
As long as you're where you want to be, that's all that matters.
Yeah. As much as people say that, like, have fun with it, for my case, I say, it's my path. I chose this difficulty.
Yes, I say the same thing, actually. I used to be a face cam IRL streamer, much bigger than I am now. And anytime people are like, don't you want to grow more? I'm like, yes, but I know all the things I could very easily do to grow faster, and I don't want to do any of them. I like this. Thank you. On that though, what are your kind of plans for the future and your content?
Let's see. I guess so far is to get into more voice acting projects
Oh.
and gets something going at least for the candy because I do want to make it into like a little like my own little product. But I'm not there yet. I'm still working on the recipe. Because
I'm so you bought the candy again, and it's just throwing me through a hoop. It's so unexpected. I absolutely love it. I love it when people have something like completely normal. There's nothing weird about making hard candy. It's just a very unexpected situation to hear about it in.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, this guy's a mech.
Is it
and he
a
does war
mech
crimes.
military VTuber? Yeah, he's not talking about making hard candy.
The guy's basically Deadpool with a with how much he cusses. Like, what is this?
I'm glad you mentioned Deadpool because I think I've kind of made your chibi look more like Deadpool, but I have made it look like you. But it's fine because
he's adorable.
It's so funny. Oh my goodness. You also talked about like making more video content. And I know you mentioned time being a factor in that. If you had more time in the future, is that something you would consider a worthwhile investment in doing, or is it something that kind of wouldn't enter your realm?
I probably would.
What type of content would you make?
Probably just like maybe like what Russian Badger used to do. Like currently, like his video production's like months versus what it used to be. It used to be like monthly. So it's like, hey, something I could just throw together within a month, but not like lazily. Something I could just work on within the month and then release it.
That seems like a very sensible and solid plan. That's very un-VTuber of you.
Yeah, like instead of just like saying, you know, I'm gonna make 3 shorts this week. It's like, why don't I just start off with just making something within the month? See where I'm at.
I don't think you understand VTubing. You're supposed to have completely unachievable and overly dramatic plans that you will then give up on if you cannot get them completely done.
Yeah, but I'm a mech.
You're just VTubing wrong, Fazzulous. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry I don't have very expressive models. You gotta forgive me. But Arthur, I have a plan.
Oh my goodness. That's too good, too good. I asked you about your biggest challenge so far in the older VTubing, but what about the positives? I'm sure there have been some.
Oh yeah.
What has kind of been your highlight moment in your streaming career?
Probably working with charity groups.
Oh, have you had the opportunity to do much charity work, or?
I still do, actually. It was simple as like, you know, joining the charity group and then just having their, you know, little QR code and like branding on my channel. Like it's there, but it's not really there, kind of deal. It's like because I'm minimalistic. I don't have like the chat bars. I don't have the all the fancy gimmicks that the higher ups have. I'll just say that.
That's really nice, though. I think a lot of people, one of the things they do like about VTubing is how it is pretty firmly entrenched with giving back. I think a lot of VTubers do something for charity stuff. I do think that's quite a positive reflection on the community, because we don't get a lot of positive reflections on the community as a whole.
Oh yeah, concerned with this. Yeah.
As individuals potentially, but as a community as a whole.
Yeah. Back then, I could call it a community because there was like only like maybe 200 or 300 people doing it.
All right.
But nowadays, it's like holy.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of VTubers now. That's a lot.
It's not even a community anymore. It's like a scene.
It's a scene.
It's a genre at this point.
We're all scene kids now.
Yeah, it smells like Teen Spirit.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I think your art is finished. I think you're lurking in my chat, so you're welcome to take a look if you want.
Yeah, I had it up the entire time. That's why I was able to read the little chat.
I'm gonna be honest, even if you're insulted, I'm actually kind of proud of this one.
Oh yeah, it looks great.
Because I couldn't even cheat like I normally do for these streams and get like a really mostly done view your character here. No, I had to like, I did cheat a little bit and use a chibi base shape, but like other than that, I just went for it, man.
Yeah, like what like versus others where it's like, oh, they have eyes, you know, they got this little detail here. Me, it's just like, oh no.
I looked at it and I was like, I am not using a mostly complete your character here for tonight's stream. I'm gonna have to actually draw something. Uh-oh.
There's actually a good old joke that I had when I had the Warframe model. Was, I have no eyes.
I can give you some eyes if you want. I can give you some expressive chibi VTuber eyes just randomly over your helmet if you want. I don't mind.
Just,
you can have that.
Just the pretty cutesy eyes.
Yeah, with full eyeliner, you know, and the little mouth in a circle.
So just Photoshop.
You should do that. You should have a mech, but on the mech's helmet, they've painted on like a VTuber eye mouth combo. That would be comedy gold.
Oh, just a little toggle. Or like have a mask, but underneath is that little thing.
You could have like a toggle. Chat could redeem it, you know? Real VTuber mode, and it just puts on like a spray painted face.
Yeah. You know Plank from Ed and Eddie?
Yes! But a VTuber Plank! You could be a VTuber Plank. I was thinking it would look like the makeup gun from The Simpsons.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, just pulls out the double barrel shotgun and just.
I'm so sorry. I've had way too much fun with the fact that you're a mech.
I'm putting that in my notes actually.
You should. It'd be so good. It'd be so good. And also, you get any like waifs and strays who decide they have to be, because I've noticed that if you have anything that VTuber fans don't like, they have a habit in chat of feeling like they're entitled to demanding it. So my friend, for example, she's a very typical VTuber, right? It's kind of a cat girl vibe, although her lore is a bit more complicated than that. But like, that's the vibes. But she has half of her face covered by a mask. And she gets people come in all the time and be like, take your mask off. And she's like, why? And her model actually can. So sometimes she'll have it off and they'll be like, you're much more beautiful without your mask on. And she's like, did I ask? What? Like, this is literally the distinguishing feature of my model and you're insulting it. Like,
No.
The things some people think will endear themselves to the streamer will never cease to amaze me. Ever.
That wasn't Gucci.
Oh,
if I had like swappable parts, it's like, well, you want to remove this? You want to remove this? Is this sleek enough for you? Do you not like the armor? Are you not entertained?
When we were setting up for stream, I was picking which version of Jihei I would use, and I try and usually theme it to who I'm guesting with, right? So I was there and I was like, oh, what have I got? Okay, he's a mech. I have nothing. Default Jihei.
Just T-pose.
Just default Jihei. That's what you get now. You get the basic model. Oh my goodness, that's so good. Plank the VTuber.
I'm pretty sure there probably is like a free or like $5 VTuber model plank somewhere.
I love finding people who are VTubing as inanimate objects. I went through a phase on back when I was on Twitter where I would follow anyone who was an inanimate object.
Yeah, I remember there was like a spoon one.
Yeah, there's a toaster. There's a
There was a
lamp.
stick man.
Yeah, there's a lamp. I got really a crayon. There's a crayon VTuber. I just got really into the fact that I was like, do you know what? I'm here for it. If you're willing to be an inanimate object, Lemon, obviously I follow Lemon.
I remember in the Twitch Career Club, there's a bong. Like,
my God,
there's a weed VTuber. That's
creativity knows no bounds.
And his model looks, like high, like the standard stoner high,
Yeah,
like the reddish eyes.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I haven't talked to them yet, but it's like, oh god.
I don't know. Is there something about someone standing out like that that gets me every time, and it makes me want to support? I'm like, even if I don't like your content, I support the fact that you're trying something new. Like, you do it. I mean, I'm basic as, but I'm basic as because it's just me. I'm okay with that. Like, I don't care. I can still give credit where it's due. Credit where it's due.
Probably the biggest one that would probably make me laugh more is probably just like a blacked out model T-posing with glowing red eyes, and it's just like they have a redeem somewhere that just puts the word beans.
I do have a VRM for a void creature that is just like a black ominous void creature that could totally do that. And before you guys ask, the reason I have that VRM is my VTuber group. I made VRMs for all of our fictional staff, including the head of IT, who's a void creature. It made sense to me at the time.
You could probably do that and just be like, y'all got any beans?
That's so funny. Oh my goodness. I forgot what my last question was. Oh no. Oh no, this is the worst War Crimes and Bacon we've ever done. I don't think I've ever forgotten the questions before.
Was it like of course VTuber related?
No, it probably wasn't actually, because I've asked you mostly VTuber things, and I normally try and ask a few other things.
Was it like personal?
well, as personal as I would get on a. No, I'm not starting to ask people too much. Can I have your social security number? The 3 numbers off the back of your credit card, the number on the front. Excellent, thank you. What is your mother's maiden name? You know, that kind of stuff. Just casually on stream. I feel like a VTuber chat show, I could probably get away with that because people would be so excited to be on the show, they'd answer half of them before they realized. If I was going to scam, this would be the way to do it. This would be the way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the naive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Do you ever think that you will, I mean, obviously, I assume we all will one day, but can you kind of imagine yourself, like, is there something you already know would be what it would take for you to quit streaming?
Death.
Well. Some people say having children. Some people say if my career got more intense. Some people say if I just got bored of it. And some people take it there. Between the toasters in the bathtubs earlier in chat and this, I feel like this stream's gotten real dark. The good news, though, is if you guys are looking for someone to follow who isn't going anywhere, Fazzulous. Toasters do us
Joke's on you, this toaster's going in the tub.
Oh my god. Okay, Fazzulous does not... Okay, some of our guests already know me, but Fazzulous does not. This is Fazzulous's first time being around me, and this is how you have made me look, chat. I want you to sit in the corner and reflect upon your actions. No gold stars.
no gold stars, don't pass go, don't collect $200.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. I will defend right now, Faz. Sometimes we have normal times in my community. I promise. You have not come
What
to
is
do a
normal?
chat show with someone as weird as they're making me seem. I am a little bit weird, but not as weird as them. Oh, it's the butt sniffer thing all over again.
Uh,
Chat. This is GH casual. This is less weird than normal. Shut up.
I guess that is real, though. Should I put more fuel into this fire?
Yeah, sure. Knock yourself out. Join in the. We don't have bully the streamer. We have set the streamer up here. That's what this is. This is outrageous.
So your chat sets you up. My chat bullies me hard.
Oh, we don't do bully the streamer. I do bully the chat.
Aww.
Mm.
Aww.
And they like it.
The disappointment.
I might be the only ever female VTuber whose chat requested she make her booba smaller.
Wow, that's a first.
My ballons were distracting and annoying for whatever was happening, apparently. I think it was Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know where I found my community, but whatever rock I found them under, special. Special.
Reduce the side, you're distracting my Exodia.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. I mean, they were also playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Against me, and I was playing with a cursed deck, as I always do. The booba was too bologna, not fun to look. The bobbas were based on my real bobbas. Stop calling them bologna. You're baloney.
This is full of baloney!
See what I mean? Nothing but criticism from these guys. They wrote horror stories about me. Horror stories.
They wrote horror stories about
There's legitimately horror fiction about Jihei written by Artificial here. Not once, but twice.
Man. You'd have 2 nickels.
They invented a man who I keep in my basement. His name is Jeff. He is platonically in my basement.
Platonically.
Because they're very respectful of my boundaries. And my boundaries were the guy in the basement thing sounds like he's going across one of my boundaries, guys. So they were like, no, it's platonic. What? Apparently I put him to work on stream things. It was not fiction. It was all based on a real story.
This movie was based on a real story.
It's getting awkward now. I do more collaborative things. Like we did a War Crimes and Bacon, and someone was like, who's the Basement Jeff? Because my bot's called the Basement Jeff. And I was like, well, it's the man I keep in my basement. Platonically. I feel like the platonically makes it sound worse, not better. Sad times. In terms of your designs, obviously we know they're mechs, and the inspiration for the kind of style of mech comes from whatever the inspiration material is. But in terms of like the actual design, the colors, the themes, where do you draw your inspirations from?
Oh, so the colors are kind of unique there. You know, like the green, the red, and the black.
Is it just colors you
cyan.
like, or?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'm curious because obviously with humanoid-ish VTubers, people normally have very specific things they're referencing, either themselves or features that they think are attractive if they're trying to portray as attractive or whatever. But with a mech, I don't know how you brainstorm the inspirations. Like, do you just go with what's vibing?
Yeah, so like the colors of like the red, the green, the cyan, and the black actually came from a color palette that I used in Gundam Battle Operations 2. It's like a little third-person shooter, Gundam game. And I just couldn't decide on a color. So I just decided to went with those because, hey, rule of cool, those look cool. And I used that for every like mech that was in the game. It's like just copy paste. Actually, adjust this one. Copy paste.
I'm
But I
so
was just like,
curious.
hey, this looks pretty cool.
So it's just a kind of going what looks cool to you. There's okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense, I guess. I guess I've never really thought about how people design mech designs. But it must be a
yeah.
very different design experience to designing an animal or humanoid one.
Oh yeah, it really is. Like, sometimes you'll have people who just go with one color, and like maybe some metallic colors for like some details that are on there,
Because I feel
or
like
some will like
yeah.
go full on putting paint jobs on them, like flames or
Oh my god, I can have go
hexagon.
faster stripes. Zoom zoom.
It makes it go faster.
Zoom zoom. Tell me that Jihei with go faster stripes wouldn't just kill it, chat. That would be awesome. Yes. That's it. My
Flames
life's
on the paint job or
decided.
flames?
That's and rebranding would be so easy if you were a mech VTuber and you got bored.
Yeah,
Like you
just
wouldn't need to explain it away. It's just new paint job, new armor, whatever,
mhm.
in the workshop, out of the workshop. This is genius. Mech
Why
VTubers
are
are
we not
onto
funding
something.
this?
Yeah, mech VTubers are onto something.
Like we have the Suika model.
Yes, yes.
Like with how customizable that is. Where's my mech? Where's the
Yes.
mech, chat?
Justice for mechs.
Yeah, justice for mechs. I would pay for that. I would fund it.
Do you know what? That's such a hole in the market as well because there's so many. So because it is harder to get a mech artist, the demand for a customizable pre-made would be pretty like okay, it's a smaller market, but there's within that market, I think most people would be interested. That's
Well, like literally, you just have to go on Twitter or Blue Sky and just be like, "Hey, who's an Armored Core fan?" And you just get a tidal wave of them. It's like, "Oh, who's that? Who's asking?
yeah.
What would you like to know?"
And then you would also get people who wouldn't necessarily normally go to the effort, but would happily get a mech customizable version themselves for a toggle as well if it was a
Mhm.
affordable-ish artists, mech artists, all three of you. Hear our plea. We've come up with an
Or
idea
even
that I do not
the
have the skills to pull off. Do it. Do it now. Do it
and yeah, there's also like the Tokusatsu. Like I don't know if you've seen like Power Rangers or Kamen
Yes,
Rider.
my friend is a streamer with that theme, so yes.
Yeah, so like there's also that too. Like where is the Suika model equivalent?
Yeah, I feel like I maybe it's because people think, oh, it's a very small group of people interested, and it is smaller than but it's also less competition.
Not only that too, like there are people who would probably snatch that up and just be like, yes, I have a mech that I can customize.
Right? Like the Suica thing
And
isn't the only customizable normal model, and it's also competing against adoptables and affordable, like a huge amount of affordable custom models. So it's got quite a lot of competition, and it still did phenomenally. Phenomenon. The English is not
phenomenally.
The English is not Englishing, guys. It's not Englishing. One day I'll just switch languages midway through stream and see if my interviewer know. Well, they wouldn't notice, obviously, and they couldn't answer. Oh my goodness. It's been a real pleasure to have you on the stream today, Faz. You are a delight. And it's been really nice to have a mech streamer. And you guys are
For sure.
phenomenon. Artie, shut up. You are absolutely great. Astral, could you chuck a shout out into chat and please ask everyone to go and show some support for Faz, drop a follow, check out some content. You know the drill. For Faz's information, I do get more people come to my YouTube VODs as well. So if you're watching on the VOD, please come and check out Faz on Twitch. Give them a follow. I know some of you try and catch me after hours because I stream at a ridiculous time for you all. Sorry.
Yeah,
But you
it's
can
like
also follow
7:30
Faz
for
on
me.
Blue Sky, same username as everywhere, so easy to find. It's beautiful. But yeah, and apparently on Twitter too, but I don't twit, so you guys can work that one out for yourself.
I'm very easy to find. I'm not like a you.
But please do go and support. You guys know, I think that streamers who have anything unique about them or anything that makes them stand out deserve all the love in the world for giving, as we've discussed here, something a try. So please go and show some support for the wonderful Fazzulous. It has been a pleasure, Faz. Before we go, is there anything you particularly had hoped to bring up on stream that hasn't come up today?
Actually, it's kind of convenient for some of the questions.
That's good. It's just sometimes people have something they've really wanted to plug and it's not felt natural, and I like to give them their chance to shout it out and say it. My last thing for you then before you go is, as someone who's been streaming for a good few years now and is still doing it, so you must be doing something right. Do you have any advice for people coming into the VTuber sphere? Because as we've both acknowledged, it's getting big now. Lots of people are taking it up.
I'd say worry not about what you do, like especially if you get, haters. Like obviously, there's always going to be someone that's going to hate what you do. even if you make it in interest, like if you follow someone and people are going to try to follow police you, it's better to just either fool around with them and just be like, why are you talking to me about this if you don't like me? Just do your thing and keep going, because they're not going to view your streams.
It's true.
Why quit? Don't get one guide is what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Just because you get one hate DM or one person that just says this stream sucks, it's like, okay, go watch someone else then.
No one is for everyone. No one is everyone's cup of tea. It's just the way that
you also don't need a debut. Don't try to plan your debut on when your model gets done. Get your model, make sure it works, work it out the kinks, and then do it.
Yeah, you could always do no debut or a later debut or a re-debut if you change up things.
Yeah. Or even a PNG tuber.
Yeah.
Cheaper. Or a V-Roid. Like
me.
You guys do them?
Yeah, I think my V-Roid's pretty solid. As well. I don't think my V-Roid's that bad. When people are like, V-Roid's terrible, and I'm like, I think my V-Roid's okay. She's pretty expressive, if that's something you value.
Yeah, like it just depends on the user, and there's a lot of guides and everything too that teach you how to use it.
Absolutely, and there's also plenty of people in all those communities, PNG tubing, V-Roids, everything. There's plenty of people who are more than happy to help share what they know as well. So if it's a I don't know how, like if you don't want to do a PNG because you don't know how to draw one yourself and you're scared about it, go out there. There's places you can get completely legitimately, not AI, free ways to get PNGs. There's low cost ways to get PNGs. There's people who will help you. If you want to learn to make your own, there are people who help you with that too. V-Roid has got I'd say a steep learning curve for the high end, but to make something simple and serviceable is really easy. Go out there, guys. Fazzulous is right. Just make something that works and see if you actually can hack sitting on there chatting to yourself for hours.
And the other thing is too, you don't have to stream.
Right. My God.
That's the other thing that people need to get through their heads too. Like, you don't have to be a streamer. You don't. Yeah. If you just make content, I've seen people that look like they're like small time streamers on Twitter, like maybe like 200 followers or something like that. Look at their like Twitch or their YouTube. Oh, you got like 11,000. Yeah. Oh, you got like 50,000 on your dude. Oh, they know what they're doing.
Yep, there are different ways to work in streaming and content creation. You are so solidly right. I know people who used to stream and hated it, so they just make YouTube videos now. And they love it so much more because they can do it around their lives.
Or even going on Kick, or I know people are going to judge me for like Kick and Rumble and all that, but it's like, why not? I know don't let the majority like talk you out of something.
Yeah. Do what's right for you. I think that's really solid, right? Like it's about doing what's right for you. And like you said,
Yeah.
not letting that one guy put you off of it. Everyone's got an
And
opinion.
even if like a big time streamer like comments on you and everyone judges you for something, it's just like, okay, you hardly know crap about me.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you why do you care so much? I'm just gonna go
Opinion.
I'm gonna go play Minecraft now.
Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, and most of them stink. Mm-hmm.
It was funny like a bit ago, like for that last stream I did, the first Berserker Kazan.
Mm.
Before I started streaming, it's like, I got pizza, I got alcohol, I'm gonna go stream. Bye.
Thank you so much, Faz. I also know that it's probably a ridiculous time for you as well, so I extra appreciate you for coming on. Thank you so much. I also know I'm a small streamer, so there's not a huge incentive for people to come here other than to get some super awesome, highly professional art.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, best compliment I've ever received. Woohoo! That's it. Let's go to my CV now. Fantastic. Official. That's official, guys. Fantastic artist. Done. Done. Now officially a mecha artist too, so unstoppable. All right, I'm going to call it there for stream, guys. And thank you so much, Faz, for coming. And everyone in chat, thank you so much for popping in and giving some questions to Faz, even if they were, to be honest, the stupidest questions I've ever heard. I appreciate you and I love you guys a lot. Have a fantastic whatever time zone you're in. And I am going to try and get some sleep tonight. So, goodbye.
Thank you very much.